All aboard your tech news, games, and deals caboose. We have some PC versus console war news to go over, and then some Windows 7 end of life features, I guess. So let's jump into Xbox Gamers, better than PC4 and PC according to LG's completely scientific new research. So LG has a little game you can actually kind of score yourself with accuracy and a bunch of other little things. So basically, PC gamers, Xbox gamers are getting an average score of 79.7. PlayStation is at 71.9, so they're both above the PC score of 62.2. So this was a test with 1,400 gamers by LG. This is the site. We'll do the actual test in a second. But on actual accuracy, Xbox gamers led with 78%, PlayStation 74%, with PC again behind on 70%. So for a real PC gamer, which is TechCaboose, we got a score of 84 score, and then our show score breakdown was 90% accuracy. This was the very first test, but let's actually do it real quick. So this is the second time, and we are a PC player, as are all the watchers. But it's going to be a bunch of dots, and you have to click on it real quick. This is, again, it's the second time. You don't have to believe me, but whatever. And let's go. Let's give it a shot. Hit the targets as fast as you can, and we're in PC mode. Boom, center. Boom, number 2, go. And it gets quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker. I missed one already. I misclicked at the very least. I missed another one, missed second one. Missing a bunch now. Oh, I just did real bad. Oh, I'm not good at live. Oh, Jesus. I'm in the top 29% of gamers now. So 75 score. It's a little harder to play on live stream. 73% accuracy, 27 targets hit, 6 missed. So, or 6 orange, and then 10 targets missed. So you can go give that a shot if you're Xbox, PlayStation, or PC. And that is the LG test. And basically, console gamers are better according to the results, but we'll have to get more samples, I guess. We also have some Battlefield 5 news. Chapter 2 is starting with the weekly events on January 17th. So the week 1, there's going to be some rewards. You'll get the submachine gun for the medic class. Week 2, you'll get the semi-automatic rifle. This is for the 8v8 matches on the squad conquest mode. And then on January 31st, there's week 3 and 4 rewards. And then skipping a little bit, there are new weapons on January 17th. So submachine gun, there's a tank hunter vehicle, and that's cool. And then we're gonna jump back up a little bit. So chapter 2 content, there's new modes, weapons and vehicles again, and more. So in February, there's going to be a player co-op called Combined Arms. So it's gonna be a co-op experience where you can do some multiplayer before you take on multiplayer, but play with somebody else. And you can do your surgical strike with a single objective and 8 different missions. We also have on the February 21st, which is a new grand operation. It's the first time in the grand operation rush mode, so check that out. And then on March 7th, this is kind of getting into the next update, the new mode rush on March 7th to 20th. And this will be like an attackers have to arm 2 bombs, defenders have to stop the explosion. So that is the other little in the rush mode. And then there is some patch notes already out. There is tons and tons of patch notes. You can check out all the different fixes and changes and all the different little updates. And then we have a little bit of actual video. This is the free update. There's a little bit of blood, so I can only tell you what's going on. But combined arms, there's market sweep, and then desert declarations, and then there's just a lot of explosions in this short little trailer. There's some, oh Jesus, his head just came off, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, oh. And then here's the trial by fire. This we can actually show. This is coming in March, Firestorm. This looked like March 7th is what it said. And there's a little get ready, and then there's probably some blood and stuff, and yeah. So that is coming for Battlefield. And then we also have some Atomic Heart developer Q&A. They talk a little bit about NVIDIA RTX ray tracing and deep learning super sampling, so aliasing and stuff. And then they talk about PvP regions and console release and DLC. There's a bunch of different questions. You can check out the whole thing, but they talk about a couple. We'll talk about PvP regions. This is going to be in the game, but they are focusing more on the key focus, which is the adventure type story. So it's going to be more story driven, but there are going to be multiplayer where you can face other players and slay some of your friends. We also have, there's a couple other questions about publishing, but let's check out NVIDIA RTX. So they were asked about how difficult was it basically to implement, and they thought it was daunting on the surface, but the reality was much less intimidating. So they had help from NVIDIA, and they helped with the different Unreal ray tracing support. It's just a branch and basically enabled everything. So that was pretty easy, moderately easy for them to do for ray tracing. And they also talk about adding NVIDIA DLSS, so the deep learning super sampling, along with ray tracing to get the performance back up. And they talk about how the actual images were, some were slightly better, and then in some areas were slightly less quality wise. But overall, it gives you a massive improvement in FPS and actual playability. So slightly better, slightly worse, but way better FPS. So cool for DLSS for this game. And we also have a little video showing off some of the ray tracing in Atomic Heart. And then here's some of the reflections, really good. They had a little light one somewhere in here. It was pretty good too. There he is. So ray tracing, real reflections in video games is basically the slogan. And I'd say it looks pretty good. And we also have some Anthem gameplay from IGN. They explore 7 minutes of Fort Terraces. And they go over into a little bit of the story, some of the characters they meet, and different little things if you want to get some more hype for Anthem coming out in February or March. But alpha gameplay trailer here, and just check it out. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good, I'd have to say. We also have Rocket League with full cross-platform play now. So basically, PlayStation cross-play beta program joined the party. So you'll be able to cross-play with just about everything: Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Steam PC. So cross-play is getting real for PlayStation. We also have some tech news. We have Windows 7 has only 1 year to live. So basically, it is going to officially stop releasing any updates for Windows 7 on January 14, 2020. So exactly 1 year from today's date, which is 2019, January 14th. So switch to Windows 10. I believe a couple of days ago, or in the past week, that Windows 10 took over Windows 7 or 8. So Windows 10 is the leading majority right now. And we also have AMD Radeon 7 will ship without double precision. So no double precision floating point on your Radeon 7, which is sad for some of the professionals. But this article compares it a little bit to the Instinct MI50. So the specs are really similar to the other more enterprise graphics card, and similar shaders, texture units, peak flops, a bunch of other different 16 gigabytes of HBM2 memory bus. So it's all pretty similar. And basically what it's kind of pointing out, the article is just basically saying so that it doesn't take away from the MI50. It was the double precision was disabled basically, and it still is going to lead in gigaflops on FP64 performance versus the Titan RTX. So 862 for the Radeon 7 versus RTX's 509 or the TI of 420. So still good there, you'd have to say. And then we have Nike teasing self-lacing shoes you can control from your phone. So they blurred everything out. They didn't quite show anything, but we're expecting a price of $350, a lot cheaper than the other version, the original versions of self-lacing shoes. So if you are into the future in technology and you don't want to tie your shoes, then look to Nike. There's some reactions they actually show. There's some beepers over top the stuff. Everyone seems pretty excited. And
so I can connect this to my phone?
Yes, you can, sir. You're controlling it with your phone right now, I believe. Yeah, Nike is so into the future with shoes. We also have this Brooklyn man makes massive robotic costumes out of junk. So basically this guy is turning into a robot, and this guy's name is Peter, and he works at his kitchen table making all these crazy different inventions. Well, not quite inventions, but costumes. It's an invention. It will say invention. And he looks like he's painting some of this stuff. He basically pulls out a bunch of the different, he talks about it actually, 213. He pulls stuff off of toilets, vacuum machines, a bunch of different household kitchen appliances, and he puts them all together and makes this crazy contraption stuff. And he fights children, he fights dogs, I believe. I'm just kidding, he doesn't fight anything, but he was harassing that dog right there. So a cool little tech thing going on in news, I guess. And we have the deal for today, the Corsair K70 RGB MK.2 low profile rapid fire wired gaming mechanical Cherry MX speed switch keyboards with RGB backlight for $90. That's an $80 off. This is at Best Buy. So if you're looking for a Corsair keyboard, there you go. And we have a couple comments saying, ready to rumble. Yes, you're at the beginning of the show. Good job, sir. And we have someone saying, I love to slay my friends. Don't do that. And someone says, who's dislike? Don't dislike this video. Haters gonna hate. And we will have another episode tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific with some more tech news and games. And we will be signing out. Pew, 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 pew.